Okay, so next day of this lesson, lesson 3, quadratics in factored form. So going back to where we were. All right, so we just finished up finding the zeros for quadratic functions. Now we're going to just use that same idea in order to solve quadratic equations in general. So if you remember from the last lesson, in order to solve any of these, they have to be equal to 0. This first one is equal to 42 though, so to make it 0, I need to minus 42 on both sides. So minus 42 and minus 42. So I get x squared. I can't combine the 42 with anything, so I just write plus x minus 42. Make sure that it is in that order. That part is important because we need it to be in that order in order to be to factor this. So 3 terms, so that means this is product and sum. So to multiply to negative 42, it would have to be a positive 7 and a negative 6. Set it equal to 0, and you can just use a shortcut. X is equal to negative 7, x is equal to positive 6. The next one, again, it has to be equal to 0. Now, here's the thing. Ideally, to make this as easy as possible with the least amount of steps as possible, we always want the x squared to be positive. So for that reason, while we do need this to be equal to 0, and we could minus the 2x squared, it makes the problem much easier if you move the negative 9x over to the other side. So it makes it a lot easier if we move this stuff over here. That way the 2x squared stays positive. So I will add 9x, and I will minus 5 on both sides. Add 9x and minus a 5. So you end up getting 2x squared plus 9x minus 5, since none of that combined. And then can't factor out a greatest common factor, so looks like it's going to be decomposition. So multiply 2 times negative 5. I'm just going to go through this quickly because I assume that now that we've already done 2 days of the lesson, you should already know how to do this type of factoring. So split the 9x to be plus 10x and minus 1x. And then factor by grouping. So it looks like 2x and then x plus 5. On this one, you can take out a negative 1, x plus 5. I think I need to make more space here, so I'm going to make everything smaller. And then, okay, so finish the whole factor by grouping, or decomposition, I guess. So you get x plus 5 times 2x minus 1 equals 0. You should automatically just know one of the answers is already negative 5. The other answer, 2x minus 1 equals 0. So you get 2x equals 1. And divide, so you get x is 1/2. So there are your 2 solutions for this one. And so it's mostly all the same. Each one's just a little bit different in terms of how to get it equal to 0 and how to solve it. Yeah, like on number C, you would have to minus 22 on both sides, minus 22. So then you end up getting x squared plus 8x minus 20 equals 0. Then this will factor into x plus 10 times x minus 2. So x is equal to negative 10 and x equals positive 2. So once you get it equal to 0, then the process becomes a lot quicker there. on the last one, add 48 to both sides, so 3x squared plus 24x plus 48 equals 0. And then if you look at this one, you can factor out a 3 to start. So divide out the 3 and you get x squared plus 8x plus 16 equals, that looks unorganized, so let me redo that, plus 16 equals 0. And then, so this will factor into x plus 4 times x plus 4. So it looks like you get x is equal to -4 and x is equal to -4. Now, notice that the 3 did not do anything. That's because you can actually just divide by 3, and that will still give you 0 when you divide by 3. So that 3 doesn't really do anything there as far as solving it goes.